Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rochelle and I am doing, what am I doing? I'm doing a reading. That's why I'm here. Prosperity dust. Could all use a little more prosperity, right? I want to do something different today. I think I'm gonna look at what people like about you. What do people like about you? I'm gonna start with angel cards. I love starting with these. Abundance. There's an angel jumping and there's a bunch of fruit scattered about and being thrown in the air, floating in the air. You're very abundant. You have an abundance mindset. And abundance is having enough of what you need in all forms, right? Forgiveness. One angel on its knees, the other with its hands on the angel's, angel's face. You're very forgiving. And this is tied to this abundance. You have a very kind heart. You have mastered a certain mindset, which is, it affects all the different parts of your life in a positive way, because you actively focus on the positive, what you can give back to the world and to others. It's that whole thing. What you give, what is it? You get what you give. You put out something and then you're going to receive it back. And so you're not interested in holding grudges and hanging on to the past. You would much rather move forward. And so that is reflected back. People really appreciate this about you. You may get gifts from people randomly, or people like to show their appreciation for you, to you. And people are much more forgiving of you when you misstep, because you offer that. Okay. Let me go with the Radical Abundance deck. What do people like about you? Power. Crazy eyes. You have a lot of power. Standing in your power. Oh, fantasy. You could be really wait, hang on, let me get one more. Gifts. So sorry about my throat. Someday it'll get better. It's like your superpower is manifesting what you want. This is all tied to this abundance, this fantasy, this gift, the gifts. It's like what you think about, you bring about. There's another great quote. And so you're really actively putting your intentions, your thoughts as much as possible. You're kind of training your brain, you're practicing, thinking about what it is that you really want. And really leaning into fantasizing and not letting limitations hold you back when you're in this fantasy realm. You know, gigantic ice cream cone? Sure, why not? and you really, it's like you're so good at feeling the feelings when you fantasize of these, you know, having what you want, what you need, that things naturally come to you. You're a master manifester. And so this is really people are really kind of amazed at your ability to create what it is that you want. And that you you have all this power, but you use it for good. In another reading, I couldn't remember the quote, but with great power comes great responsibility. And so you're like, okay, I'm going to be responsible with this power. And I feel like the more you step into this power, the more powerful you become. It's growing. And so you're being very mindful about how you channel that power. And so you might also like to give a lot of gifts because you're really you're so great at manifesting what you want, and so you want to share the wealth. Very generous. If people feel that you are a gift. Oh, in this panda bear's eyes, there are trees. I think that's trees. So you may also really enjoy being out in nature. Maybe you're a tree hugger. The power that you embody is very much like a tree. You're kind of, it's almost like the strong silent type. Not necessarily. I mean, you may not be silent at all, but you know, this idea of this this power that comes from just being yourself. And it's not a forceful, manipulative, you know, trying to make anything like people, you know, bend to your will or something. This kind of power is it allows, it's generous, you know. And I feel like you also practice gratitude. Maybe you keep a journal, a gratitude journal, or you spend time really appreciating, like actively appreciating those that you care about. Ooh, I think I just had a deja vu. My deja vus come from my dreams. I dreamt this, I don't know, a few nights ago. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, I said the word. I said gratitude, so I gotta pick a gratitude card. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. Marcel Proust? I'm going to say this again. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. So I feel like you are most focused on creating harmony and happiness within yourself, within your connections. And this is, it's tied to this forgiveness and this abundance. People feel like they blossom in your presence. People feel seen by you, seen and heard. Like you bring this really fun, uplifting energy to the people around you. And because of your ability to practice gratitude, you are naturally spreading that to others. It's the most ideal virus. Yeah. Okay. So, let me get some cards from Guides of the Hidden Realms. What do people like about you? Enough for now and always. You are enough. Worthiness, faith, and needs being met. Number 30. Yeah, see, you have a very strong faith that it, like I often say, it's going to work out because it always works out. You have been through enough things in your life that you know it's all cyclical, and this too shall pass. And you're being led to where you need to go, to the lessons you need, and ultimately like the opportunities for growth, all that kind of thing. And you have learned that you are inherently worthy of all the best things in life. You have worked through any kind of lack mindset. You have, like, again, you've trained yourself, you've trained your brain to really lean in to your strengths and to build up others that maybe you didn't have. I feel like you are self-made. I am looking at somebody here who has not had it easy, at least in the beginning. Things weren't just handed to you. You've had to not just work for what you have. The work is internal, right? It's like you've really done a lot of internal work to get to this place of feeling confident, worthy, feeling like you're enough, just as you are. And yes, there's always more to work on. I'm not saying you're perfect, but you've come a long way, and you know it, and others see this. There's a fish here. You've worked out like finances. If you had financial issues in the past, that you've turned that around, or you're working on it successfully. Letting go of stories, surrendering attachments, releasing unconscious patterns. 34. Yeah, see, you're changing your story, you're changing your mindset. You're understanding that what happened to you in the past was, well, first of all, it happened for you, not to you. And it happened so that you could become the person that you are, so that you could learn these lessons and become masterful in how you show up and how you think and how you speak, how you act. you have, I don't know, maybe you've spent a lot of time listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza and you've been working on changing your mind, changing yourself at a core level. I feel like you have, like, maybe you have a lot of spiritual mentors, kind of self-improvement guides who, you know, maybe you've gone to lots of seminars or read lots of books or, you know, listened to a lot of interviews on YouTube, this kind of thing. And you're doing the shadow work. You're actively working on your ability to express yourself in a healthy and positive way. And understanding that what's in the past is in the past. Learning from it, but then moving forward. And this is why you're so good with forgiveness. Because you are able to let go of any grudges, because you know that others are always doing the best they can with what they know and what they have in the moment. And so you've worked through this yourself. And so you're able to offer a lot of grace to others because you're able to offer a lot of grace to yourself. Grace within the chaos. There it is. Yep. And this is number 8. Accepting life's complexities, the seduction of distraction. Yeah, you have gotten your, I don't know, maybe you have studied Buddhism, you know, or you have spent a time learning to practicing meditation, but you are in a mindset of, if it's what's happening, then I'm going to accept that that's what's supposed to be happening. I think that, well, for a lot of us, we will get very angry about what is, because you're angry, resentful, bitter, frustrated, you know, these kind of lower frequency emotions, because we want things to be different than they are. And you have come to this point where you're like, okay, I'm just going to let things be what they are. It doesn't mean you don't take action to make changes, but you don't, it's like suffering over your suffering. You don't let what's going on around you take you down, because you're not buying into the story of what it means. We all put meanings on things. It's a part of who we are as humans. And you're like, okay, so if I'm in charge of my own brain, then I can change what things mean. I can even make things not mean anything. Maybe you're a fan of the book of the 4 Agreements. 4 simple agreements that are like challenging to master. It is be impeccable with your word. Don't assume anything. Always do your best. And don't assume. There's a 4th one that's not coming to me. You're probably yelling it out at me right now. Don't assume. Dang. It'll come to me, maybe. Anyway, you have learned how to move gracefully through situations. And to not let yourself be distracted by things. It's like we're hardwired to think more pessimistically, more negatively, because it's a form of self-protection. And so you are overcoming that biological tendency. And you're like, okay, I'm going to really focus on what I want, what I need to create the life that I am most happy with. And yes, sometimes it's going to be chaotic and crazy. And it's like, because of being in that place of acceptance, you're like, like everything's fine even when it's not, because I'm fine. I'm good. And here's another opportunity to learn, to grow. It's very nice. Let's go with the Light Seers deck. What do people like about you? The Sun in reverse, Leo energy. Three of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups. What's the Sun? Page of Pentacles in reverse. What's this Three of Cups in reverse? Ace of Swords in reverse. What's this Knight of Cups? King of Pentacles in reverse. It's like this is kind of emphasizing what I was just saying. When things don't work out and you find yourself unhappy and you're not sure what direction to go in, you find yourself at a standstill, you find yourself confused, maybe when you find yourself with others who like to gossip, or you find yourself not sure, or kind of not having all the clarity you need. Or want, you might find yourself slipping. It's like everything that I've been talking about is a practice, like I've said. And sometimes you slip. And sometimes you might notice that you start to notice loss. Say, for example, like, you start to lose money, or, somehow there's a, bad investments made somehow, or you find yourself leaning into, like overspending. You have all this abundance and this abundance mindset, and maybe in the past you were more likely to, like, maybe you're a shopaholic or something, right? And you find yourself like overspending when that's not really what, like, that's just dealing with the symptoms. It's not getting to the core of the issue. You come in and you turn things around. You're like, okay, what's most important to me? What do I care about? How do I shift the energy that I am bumping up against? There's, like, stuff coming up within you that you still need to work through. We're coming back around to this again. Like, you have your kind of what I call your baseline of happiness. And you have tools to get there. So you're like, okay, what means the most to me? What do I feel good about? What do I want to give? What do I want to offer? The Knight of Cups wears his heart on his sleeve, is always wanting to give of his time, his energy, his love. He very much cares about making others happy. And I say he because it's the Knight, but gender doesn't matter. So you have this, maybe you've already or always had kind of a natural optimism. Maybe you're just kind of wired that way. But if not, you have really learned how to reset. You have changed your default mode to, okay, how do I fix this? How do I make things better? And you know that the best way to do that is to serve and to give to others. You're very altruistic, very generous. Okay, so you get some cards from the Moonology deck. What do people like about you? A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Yeah, you're most interested in creating scenarios where everyone comes out ahead. Everyone's a winner. It's all about collaboration. It's all about lifting up those around you. There's a game that my son and I like to play sometimes called Forbidden Island. And it's a game where everyone has to work together in order to win. Doesn't always work out, but that you're more interested in cooperation and collaboration. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Yes, you're very good at taking your fantasy and applying yourself to move towards what it is that you want. You don't just spend time in your fantasy world and then that's that. You're like, you let yourself lean into what it is you want to create, what you want to manifest, and then you kind of, I don't know, maybe you like reverse engineer. Like, okay, how can I get to that? What's the very next step I could take? And you focus on taking those steps forward. But you're also very good at pivoting. You know, if you misstep or you're moving forward towards something and you're like, yeah, this isn't really working, or maybe I don't want this now, or there's somehow something needs to change. You're very good at pivoting in new directions, because you are very like, you have this faith in your needs being met. So you're kind of, it frees you up to try new things and, you know, throw things at the wall and see what sticks. It's like a game to you. It's fun. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Yeah, again, this speaks to that faith. You may not know what's gonna happen. No, I mean most of us really don't. But you're okay being in that place of the unknown because your faith is so strong. You're like, it's gonna work out. If I don't see the answer right now, it's because I'm not meant to see the answer right now or to know the answer. But it will happen. It will come to me eventually. And if it doesn't, then I wasn't meant to know. You're very zen about things. Okay, I get some cards from the Numerology deck. What do people like about you? Abundance. We got abundance again. Number 88. Yeah. Yeah, you're like, gosh, you're living your best life. And you're just so, like, the word magnanimous comes to mind. I don't normally use that word. You're like, here I am, world. And you have this really fun, lovely energy. And then we have perseverance. You know, your dreams need a practical plan. You take those steps forward, like I was saying. You're like, in order to get the abundance I want, I need to persevere. I need to keep going. I need to keep showing up in my life, for myself, for others. You're very good at, you have this stick-to-itiveness. You're very focused on your stability. And by the way, there was some kitty confirmation. You're focused on your stability, your foundation. You like to create a safe space for yourself and those you love. Manifestation, number 8. Wow. Triple 8's right there. Look at these colors too. This lovely pink energy surrounding the green. This is all heart energy. This is that heart energy that came out with the Knight of Cups. You are a master manifester. I said it. And this perseverance is a part of the practice that you have in changing your mindset and being the best, most awesome person you can be. I want to get some cards from the Oracle of You. Magic of You Oracle. Avenoir. Make peace with your past. Number 1. Yeah, see? Just like I said, you have made peace with your past. You have learned how to forgive. You understand that forgiveness is not about condoning any kind of behavior. It's simply a way for you to release you from the past so that you can move forward easily and effortlessly, mostly effortlessly. Epiphany, reveal your gifts. Number 6. Reveal your gifts. You're so generous. You're like, maybe you teach others, or you're thinking about doing this. How to be abundant. How to do the things you need to do to get into that abundance mindset. You don't hold back. You're not in a constrictive energy. Oh, I can't share these ideas because then people will get ahead of me. You're like, no, I want all of us to get ahead together. So you are very transparent. You wear your heart on your sleeve. And even when you're having a hard time, you still lean into, so much kitty confirmation. You still lean into the love. That's a part of your gifts. Minimus, 17. Commune with the source. Yeah, see, you are, I feel like you are very spiritual. That has been a part of this growth, a part of what has helped you get into this abundance mindset, because you understand things. Yes, we are here in this human body, in this meat suit, having this experience on this planet, in this 3D reality, but there's more to the story. And that has helped you come to the understanding that you are very powerful. And that is a part of why you know that you're enough, because you are here. Simply because you exist, you are enough. And you have very much like internalized this understanding. You have a relationship with Source, the universe, with the divine, that it's directly tied to your faith. You're like, oh yeah, the universe has my back. It's all good. It's always, it works out because it's always going to work out. Or, yeah, it's always going to work out. Like, that is where you are at. It always works out. So where are we at? Just want to pick more and more cards. Let me get some cards from the Gateway of Light activation. And then I'll close it out. I am present. Presence. Light body activation, accessing the divine within. Yeah, see? You understand that you are, you're an extension of the divine, of the universe. You are the creation. You came from the creator. Therefore, that makes you divine. Light body activation. You have learned how to be in the light, embody the light. It's like, because of the shadow work that you've done, you've gone into these dark places with your light. And as soon as you bring light in to a dark place, even the tiniest little light, it illuminates a lot. And you've been mastering this. You've been growing this ability to shine your light, to be in the light within yourself. Does that make sense? Like, your light body is just, it's growing. Yeah. Akashic records, clearing old stories. Oh my gosh. Wow. Letting go of old stories, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. Yeah. See, this is exactly it. You are changing your story. You're changing the narrative of your life, of what you tell yourself. You're not letting what happened in the past define who you are. Everything was an opportunity to bring you to where you are now. But there's, kitty confirmation, there's always, it's all about where you are now and where you want to go to. And you are mastering this. You're gaining your freedom because of this mindset. Angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. You have a very strong connection with your spirit guides, your spiritual entourage, whatever form that takes. And maybe it changes from time to time depending on what you're doing. But I feel like you might even be on first name basis with your angels, spirit guides kind of thing. You are inherently safe. And that, I'll say it again, universe has your back. Angels have your back. You've got all of this. You've got all this beautiful energy from the ethereal realms supporting you. And you know it. And you lean into it. And that's a huge part of why you are able to be so abundant in this life. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's finish with a, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Beyond Lemuria. We've got, so there's a figure here with the big shiny heart and roots growing down. There's the earth down at the bottom, and then there's roots growing up. I guess it's not roots, it's more like a tree. I talked about that. Yeah, like a tree. And then all the leaves coming off of the branches, up off of the head. Earth, nurture nature. No one can hold you the way nature can. Mama Nature is a powerful healer and transmuter of dense energies. See, yeah, I think you do. You like being out in nature. You enjoy being out in the trees, that was also with the gifts. Tree hugger, like I said. You may also be very drawn to animals and just the abundance of nature itself. She takes in our out-breath and can transform your woes if you can allow yourself to surrender, to lie in her grassy arms or be embraced by her branches. All experiences, those categorized as good or bad, are part of the natural cycle that allows for the continuation of life. Trying to suppress or control will only bring you out of harmony. Nature is all around you. Notice her. When you feel like no one else can hold you, she can. Yeah, and this is a big part of your ability to, it's a part of your faith too, is that you, like I said earlier, like you understand that things are cyclical, that it's all, everything has its time. And you look to nature, you look to the planet itself to remind you of that. Everything happens for a reason in a season. I don't know. There's some quote about that, but you are working on or have kind of come to this understanding that there aren't necessarily good or bad experiences. To the soul, it's just experience. It's just information and knowledge and opportunities for growth. And so there's a certain level of detachment, but it's not a I don't care kind of a detachment. It's more of a I have faith that everything is happening the way it's supposed to, because you have such a strong faith and connection with your spirit team. So, and the planet itself, because that is what is here supporting you, supporting everyone. And it's our home. And so you have a very intimate connection. Both, it's like you're a conduit, both from the ethereal realms and to the planet itself. And so there, it's like, yeah, you're running this energy. You're like a conduit. That's a great way to say it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. It's not working. Oh, there we go.